Lesson: Conducting regular risk assessments. Conducting regular risk assessments in AI systems is a cornerstone of effective risk management, ensuring that AI technologies are deployed safely, ethically, and in compliance with relevant standards. This process involves identifying, analyzing, and evaluating risks that could potentially impact the system, the stakeholders, and the broader environment in which these technologies operate. Regular risk assessments are critical for maintaining the integrity of AI systems, as they help preemptively identify vulnerabilities and mitigate potential threats. This lesson provides actionable insights, practical tools, frameworks, and step-by-step applications for professionals seeking to enhance their proficiency in this area. A systematic approach to risk assessment in AI systems begins with defining the scope and context of the assessment. This involves understanding the AI system's objectives, the stakeholders involved, and the regulatory landscape. For instance, an AI system used in healthcare will have different regulatory requirements compared to one used in financial services. Understanding these nuances is crucial for tailoring the risk assessment process to the specific context. One practical tool for this stage is the pestle analysis, which helps in identifying external factors that could impact the system. Once the scope is defined, the next step is risk identification. This involves pinpointing potential risks that could affect the AI system's performance, compliance, and ethical standing. Techniques such as brainstorming sessions, expert interviews, and checklists are commonly used at this stage. A practical example is the use of the failure modes and effects analysis tool, which helps in identifying possible failure points within the AI system and the effects of such failures. For instance, in an autonomous vehicle system, a potential risk could be sensor malfunction, which could lead to incorrect navigation decisions. Following risk identification, the next phase is risk analysis, which involves understanding the nature and potential impact of identified risks. Quantitative methods, such as Monte Carlo simulations, can be employed to model potential outcomes and their probabilities. Alternatively, qualitative methods such as risk matrices can be used to categorize risks based on their severity and likelihood. For example, in a machine learning model used for credit scoring, a risk analysis might reveal that biased training data could lead to unfair credit assessments with a high likelihood of occurrence if not addressed. After analyzing the risks, risk evaluation is conducted to prioritize them based on their potential impact and the organization's risk appetite. This step helps decision-makers allocate resources effectively to mitigate the most critical risks. The risk priority number method, used in conjunction with him, can be effective here, allowing organizations to rank risks based on their severity, occurrence, and detectability. For instance, in a healthcare AI system, risks related to patient safety would typically be prioritized over less critical operational risks. Once risks are evaluated, the next step is risk treatment, which involves developing strategies to mitigate, transfer, accept, or avoid identified risks. Mitigation strategies could include implementing additional controls, enhancing system monitoring, or redesigning certain aspects of the system. Practical tools like the bow-tie method can be used to visualize the pathways of risk and the effectiveness of controls in place. For example, in an AI-based recruitment system, a risk treatment strategy might involve implementing bias detection algorithms to ensure fair candidate assessment. In addition to these steps, continuous monitoring and review of the risk environment are crucial to ensure that the risk assessment remains relevant and effective over time. This involves tracking the implementation of risk treatment plans and adjusting them as necessary in response to changes in the system or its environment. Regular audits and feedback loops can facilitate this process, ensuring that any new risks are promptly identified and managed. Case studies illustrate the effectiveness of these frameworks and tools in real-world scenarios. One notable example is the use of AI in the financial sector, where regular risk assessments have been instrumental in managing compliance and operational risks. Banks and financial institutions have adopted advanced risk management frameworks, integrating AI and machine learning to enhance fraud detection and credit risk assessment processes. By conducting regular risk assessments, these institutions have been able to identify emerging threats early and implement effective mitigation strategies, thus safeguarding their operations and maintaining compliance with regulatory standards. Statistics also underscore the importance of regular risk assessments in AI systems. According to a study by Gartner, organizations that conduct regular risk assessments are 30% more likely to detect and manage risks effectively compared to those that do not. This demonstrates the value of a structured and systematic approach to risk management, enabling organizations to stay ahead of potential threats and ensure the ethical and compliant deployment of AI technologies. In conclusion, conducting regular risk assessments is a critical component of risk management in AI systems. By following a systematic approach encompassing scope definition, risk identification, analysis, evaluation, treatment, and continuous monitoring, organizations can effectively manage risks and ensure the safe and ethical deployment of AI technologies. Practical tools and frameworks such as pestle analysis, FMEA, Monte Carlo simulations, and the bow tie method provide actionable insights and strategies for professionals to apply in real-world scenarios. Case studies and statistics further illustrate the effectiveness of these approaches, highlighting the importance of regular risk assessments in safeguarding the integrity and compliance of AI systems.